Hi, everyone. So we are starting our partner exchange that will take place over the next couple of weeks. What I think is important to understand about the way this next module works is that I have due dates in place, but you really need to kind of work ahead and work with your partner to figure out what is the schedule that works best for you. I know we all have a lot going on in the next couple weeks with holidays coming up and things like that. So you've got to kind of really sit down with your partner and really look at the next couple of weeks here that we have and say, okay, these are the due dates Miss Brandenburg has, but what works best for us? What do we need to move or shift so we could find time to complete the brainstorm, to collaborate on our responses, and to make sure that you are staying on track, especially as things get crazy with holidays. Unexpected stuff pops up all the time. So you've got to kind of really sit down and figure that out with your partner. So now is the time to do that. That's what you need to be doing this week, is looking at weeks 12, 13, 14, 15 and saying, okay, this is the timeline set. What is our timeline? Okay. So really make sure you do that. Let's look at this week. So you have last week's readings here on etiquette and the last method if you need them, because you will be using them to construct your brainstorm and your responses. And then this week's reading is on how you reprimand an employee, because it is a different language, it is a different style than what we might be used to. Professional writing, tone, diction is very different when we tackle this type of writing style. So you have some writing here, some examples, and then you also have some sentence starters, which are really useful in how you approach kind of a difficult situation. Because remember that we want to approach it as a professional, as someone who is also working with someone on their team to try to help them to be better. So that's your reading for the week to kind of help you progress into actually writing these emails. So for Tuesday, you have your readings, of course. Your reflection for your proposal essay is due. I covered this in your last weekly overview. You do need to review the assignment, the partner email project, if you haven't yet, which you should have. And then you do need to work on the brainstorm for scenario 1. Remember, you have 2 scenarios in this project. Right now, we're starting with scenario 1. So you do need to work on your brainstorm. So Thursday, we don't have class or nothing is due class because it's Labor Day. But you still kind of should be using this time to kind of do the 2 things I said, which is work on the brainstorm and also work on a schedule for you and your partner. What days do you have off from work? What days do you not have class, or do you have class that you can meet after? Figure out a schedule for the next kind of 4 weeks of when you can meet to get these projects or assignments done. Friday through Monday, you should be looking at week 13 overview. Your brainstorm assignment's going to be due, and your responses to the emails are going to be due. So you want to progress through both of those items with the time that you have. Okay. I hope that kind of helps you. Oh, I did want to preview, I'm sorry, I didn't do that yet, the major essay. So this is your partner project. You have that email from me that we've responded back and forth to that assigns you your partner and assigns you as partner 1 or 2. So here is scenario 1, and you can see what partner 1's job is and what partner 2's job is. So partner 1, you're that manager and you're issuing a reprimand to your employee. You can choose one reason or multiple reasons. Partner 2, your job is to respond to that manager using the last method. You want to make sure to show that you're listening, that you're apologizing for, whatever part you have in this issue. You're coming up with a solution and a plan of action, and you're thanking them for their time. Okay. This goes over your requirements for scenario 1, kind of what each email has to contain. So this is the requirement for each email. So make sure you're there. And then here's an example so you can see it. Okay. In scenario 2, which I know is jumping ahead a little bit from where we're at, but in scenario 2, you're both CEOs of similar businesses in the same market, let's say like Starbucks and Dutch Brothers. Your goal is to then propose a merger to the larger company. So this one's going to take a bit more work. So that's why I said you probably want to work ahead, because you are going to have to do some research for this one and do some investigation into companies to try to find 2 that you think would work for this prompt. In partner two, in this scenario two, partner two, you're going to start this time. And your job is to craft a persuasive email where you're selling the reasons that this larger company should merge with your company. So you're going to have to come up with at least 3 main arguments as to why you think your company would merge well. So if you're Dutch Brothers, why are you going to merge well with Starbucks? You want to make sure that you have at least 3 main arguments with several sub-reasons. Partner two, it's then your job to then respond by either accepting or denying the merger with reasons about your own company as to why. And that's kind of detailed here. So each email must contain these these items. So, partner two, your email has to be at least 600 words, has to use the Toolman model, has to have a clear greeting, things like that. And then here is your rubric. And it is long because I tried to break it up into the 2 different emails. So it is an email format. You do follow conventions, but then scenario 1, you meet the essay requirements. Scenario 1, partner 1 email meets these requirements. Scenario 1, partner 2 email meets these requirements. So I tried to break it up for per scenario, per partner. So that's kind of how it's graded. And then these are just general in both works because you are working together to craft and do these. And so that's kind of the major essay. I did want to also take you through the brainstorm. So we're here. So for scenario 1, you're going to be filling out this worksheet. Both you and your partner can have the same worksheet submitted. So you're going to write both your names up at the top. You have your scenario and then your questions. So partner 1, this is for your email exchange. So go back and look at the directions for what partner 1 has to do. And then you're going to be creating your reason for the disciplinary warning. Then from there, you're going to create your Toolman model arguments as to why this is a problem, evidence of this being an issue, and then you're going to try to create a thesis statement. Okay, and all of this is directed within. Then for partner 2, we're going to be using the last method. Okay, and so you're going to try to do a section for each one. So this is for listen, this is for apologize, solve, and think. Again, you're following the directions, filling it out. So you and your partner should have the same brainstorm because you're working together to fill this out. And then from there, you're going to move straight into drafting, which I know is a bit different for us, but you're going to move straight from this to partner 1. You're going to draft your email. And then you can work on it with partner 2 if you'd like. And then partner 2, you're going to draft your response. But you do need partner 1's first because you should be responding directly to their email to the points they brought up. So that's why it's important that you guys work together so you have that balance between the two. Okay, and so those are kind of the major things that you're working on. Again, I know that we don't have scenario 2 on here yet. That's coming up next week. But that one is going to require you to do some research into businesses. So it's important that you guys really start working out your schedule. And if you want to start working on that scenario 2 brainstorm that we're starting next week and start working ahead so you can start doing that research component. Okay. So good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.